This episode of Season 4 Love. I'm your host, LARRAINE, and I am going to get right to it. I am sitting here with royalty, as you can see. It's Prince Edward! Anywho, I'm sitting here with JAIINTERNATIONal. He is the reigning 2015 Mr. Gay Massachusetts. So how you been, dude, since you won? Like, you out there doing your thing?
I'm doing really good. I've been really active in the community. I just had a show yesterday at Springfield College.
Nice.
I was really excited to be a part of that show. I've also been doing a couple of interviews here and there with the Pueblo Latino magazine. I'm trying to stay as active and busy as possible, seeing that I'm buzzing a little bit.
Right, and so what's the motivation?
The motivation is my community. I see that the gay LGBT community is not united anymore, and I feel like we need to get together and unite again. I see a lot of shade being thrown in the community, and opposed to each individual uplifting each other, we're kicking each other down, and I think that needs to change.
Hello, did you hear that? Don't make me knock on your inbox on Facebook and have to tell you twice. Did you ever, there was a video that I love that saying, this girl, she was, anyways, we'll no, it was funny because she was talking about girls and how girls be inboxing her man on Facebook, and she was like, don't make me have to knock on your inbox and tell you he's taken. So don't make me knock on your inbox. He's doing this for unity. UNITY, and you're absolutely right. The new gays, the mean gays, whatever they're called, that generation is not like it used to be back in the day. When I first started drag like 10, 15 years ago, there was unity, it was a sense of family.
Absolutely.
We actually took our drag family serious. If that was my drag brother and sister, that's exactly what it was. If you needed a hand, I gave it to you. Now, what I've seen after taking a break and then coming back is that there's a lot of shade within your own family. Like,
Absolutely.
Like, girl, if you have a little more play than this one, they're like knocking you down behind your back, which isn't really good. So your grandfather, I seen your whole spoken word piece at the pageant. How old was he when he died?
I think my grandfather was in his early 40s when
Early
he passed.
40s, and how long ago was this?
I was 10 years old.
Okay.
I'm 34. So
34. That's when AIDS just hit then, so that had to have been crazy.
Yes.
Because I remember, I had an uncle who died of HIV as well. Not my grandfather, my uncle did, and that was back in that time. He died in 96. But it was like one of those things that we were getting in health class every 5 minutes. This, HIV, this AIDS, this new epidemic, this thing that's gonna kill you. No sex. You couldn't have sex. And my uncle didn't get it through sex. He got it because he was a heroin user through drugs.
Okay.
But we still didn't know what it was.
Exactly.
So it was like one of those things that now, in 2015, 15 years later, or 10 years later, there's so many different medicines, there's so many different tools that can prevent you from receiving this type of virus or disease. And I remember you saying that on Facebook when I was commenting about what should we talk about. You said the lack of education for HIV.
Absolutely.
So let's speak about that. What do you mean when you say you don't? So should there be more advocacy, or should there be just more in general knowledge throughout the youth?
Well, I believe there should be a little bit of both. Definitely, I see, I hear a lot of people practicing unsafe sex, having unprotected sex. Especially in the gay community, it happens a lot, And I think it's very important that these youths, educate themselves and know and understand the risk that they're putting themselves in.
Right, it just takes one time. Like, what I look at when I advocate and I speak to the youth about HIV, I just use the analogy as the young girls that are getting pregnant because they're not using them condoms. They have to strap it up because it just takes that one time.
Absolutely.
And they're going to be a mother at 15 or 16. It takes that one time that you use unprotected sex that your life could be over. And although there is a lot of medicine, there's a lot of treatment, but it's still a stigma. And that is the part I think that most people have a lot to deal with, because once I know a lot of, one of my really good friends is HIV positive and he's undetected and he's been like that for a very long time. Although I don't place stigma on him, but other people do. You know what I mean? Because it's like, oh, there's so many different terminologies, monster, chicken, hayab, ninja, whatever the fuck they want to call it, excuse my French. But it's still preventative. You can prevent it.
Absolutely.
And that's what kills me. Prevent it. Put a condom on.
And I think people just don't have the acknowledgement of it. And I think that starts with home. In our Latino homes and communities, we don't talk about sex with our kids, and it's taboo in the Latin community, and I think it's very important that these parents start talking to these kids as well and letting them know the dangers,
And what's so funny is that you're absolutely right. In the Latin community, it's just whatever, let them man up, learn on their own.
Yes.
all y'all white folks out there be speaking about birds and bees to their kids when they 4 years old. You know, boys got poles, girls got hoes, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And we can't even talk to our children. It's the truth. Like, listen, if you're gonna have sex, that's why I personally have not dated a gay male since 2007, just because of that. And maybe it's because I have a fear of, you know, contracting it, because, you know, if I'm with a partner and I think that we're in a sexual relationship with monogamous, we should be able to have unprotected sex. But then you can't even do that these day and ages because hoes ain't loyal. You know what I mean? So it's like it's a catch-22. So I personally don't date gay men. I date straight men, and they're still at risk too. So it's like, and they're not even straight because they're dating a tranny or a drag queen or whatever you want to call me.
So technically, it's the same thing.
It's the same thing, right? And I want to just say I use condoms all the time, preferably bag and double XL.
She's a size queen, alright.
But it nonetheless, just it's about strap it up, like strap it up. So what charity are you gonna do? Western Mass, I heard.
I'm gonna do the AIDS Foundation of Western Mass. Yes.
So what are you gonna do to raise money for that? You're gonna do a big event, or how are you planning to do that?
Actually, I was planning out my schedule for the year.
Oh, I like that.
The day after the pageant, I was home, you know, reflecting on what just happened, and I came up with a lot of ideas. I don't want to say too much, but one of my first events I'm actually having is going to be an HIV/AIDS vigil. It's going to be October 15th, and I'm going to target the North End community, seeing that it's populated with the Latinos. And we're going to just have a vigil, and we're going to walk in remembrance to those that lost the battles due to HIV and AIDS. Nice.
That's really good, because they don't do that. Like, people don't do that. Now, are you going to educate the straight community as well, or you just focus on the LGBT?
No, I'm equal opportunity.
Me too. Call me.
You know, anyone that listens and just gives me that 1 minute, I'm there talking to them. You know, and I think that that's important. I don't want to just categorize what I'm gonna do. I want it to be broadened. You know.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. Straight, gay, green, purple, honey. Strap it up. So talk about a little bit about you. Who are you? What are you? Why are you? What's your goal? Like, what is your? You know, what do you do?
Well, I'm an HIV advocate. I work for the Gandara Center. I've been there for 5 years. I usually do a lot of community events. Recently, I brought an 18-foot condom truck downtown Springfield.
18-foot
18-foot condom truck.
Were people jumping inside of it?
No, not at all. We were passing out. We passed out, I think, that day about 50,000 condoms.
Nice.
Yeah, within a matter of like 5 hours.
Any random XLs left in the truck?
Yeah, definitely. The good ones. The good ones are kind of, yeah.
I have this funny because every time I go to the club, I put a whole handful in my purse.
She takes the bowl and she's like...
And what's funny though is, like, if you go to my room, there's condoms everywhere. Like, and I don't... Because I don't have sex like that, because I'm not a very...
So she has stale condoms everywhere. She be stepping with her heels and it's like crunch.
But no, if any friend ever needs a condom, holla. I got plenty of them.
Yes.
You know
Double XL at that.
Yes. Those stay in my personal stash. You can get all the other small ones. But no, I understand. Condoms is good. Now, are you going to eventually go down and maybe do some live testing with the community?
Well, yeah, usually at our events I try to get the testing van there, and we usually do rapid testing, but now things have changed. Now you have to actually do the blood, and then you have to send it off, and you have to wait a couple days.
Really?
So yeah, so now they
don't do the swab thing no more?
No, they don't have like the rapid one. Now you have to just send it off for a couple of days.
I remember I used to go to the club, I used to be full drag. Get tested. That's the most important thing, is know your status.
Definitely.
Even if you're not having sex, still go get tested. It's free shit. Why not?
Yeah, and sometimes they give you free little things like little wallets and stuff. I mean, who doesn't like free things, right?
Right, and because I go get tested all the time. I'm bored. I'm going to get tested. I don't take advantage of that much of tapestry and stuff, but I do when I need to get tested. So what do you recommend? How many times do people get tested a year?
I would definitely say, depending on the person and how active they are, but definitely always get tested twice a year, you know, every 6 months, more or less, you know, because obviously HIV doesn't appear the following day after you have unprotected sex. It takes a little while for it to show.
Well, I got pregnant the next day. No, I get it. You're right. It does take time. I heard, what is it supposed to go like? So if you haven't had sex within them 6 months, you're good. You don't have to get tested again.
Yes.
But if you have sex, you should get tested. That's 6 months, and then 6 months later, because it could be up to a year before it's traceable.
It's always from the last time that you had sex.
Okay.
You know, so if you didn't have sex in 6 months and then you have sex, like the 5th month, you're gonna have to get tested again.
Right,
within 3 months.
Okay. And now you recommend blood besides the swab. Is the swab accurate? What's up with that swab? People are like, oh, that doesn't work. You can. I'm like, she told me I was negative.
No, I believe that all the tests are active. I mean, unless you're buying them at like Family Dollar, which I don't think they sell those there. I know they sell the marijuana ones.
Right.
But no, I just think people should just get tested, period. Whether it's the swab, whether you get pricked,
Right.
I think it's just very important to know your status.
But what is the most effective way to know?
Your blood.
The blood.
Yes, your blood. Obviously, they send it off to the lab, and I think it takes, depending now on this test, whether it's 3 days or so or 5 days, and then they contact you and let you know.
And what's crazy though is, and if you don't know this, and I'm in health insurance, when you go to your doctors and you get your yearly physical and they do your blood work, they actually test for that. That's an actual law now.
Oh,
because my doctor, when I went, I didn't know that, but he did all my stuff, and I wasn't, expecting any. When I came back, he was like, "And your HIV status is negative." I was like, "I didn't give you permission." He said, "By law now, it's literally like if you're over the age of, I think he said it was 17, they literally have to test for that because they can't treat." And then I guess it's a doctor protection. You know what I'm saying? That it has to be noted in case there's a surgery or something like that. They want to be able to know again. The stigma of it all, but I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna go get my little physical every year and I'll have sex. I'll be good. Shoot. So, are you in a relationship, single, married?
I'm in a relationship.
How long?
I've been with my partner going on 5 years.
Ooh.
We make 5 years on the first day of New Year's, actually.
Nice, because people don't even go 2 years these days. 3
Yes,
months
no.
is done.
I'm an OG kind of gay guy, so I don't sit on people's beds, and long term, I feel like I've been in it so long, so why not work through it,
Right, yeah. There's a lot of quitters out there. There's 2 things that I say that you should quit, and well, you shouldn't quit unless you're not having a boyfriend. Quit smoking cigarettes, I say all the time. That's one thing you can quit.
It's
Right,
tough.
quit not having protected sex. But when it comes to relationships, if you invested in it, why not? You know what I mean? Just listen. I think I'm gonna die alone, honey. I can't even get a boyfriend no more. I'm all so messed up in my head. No, I just think that that's why I love Lorraine. Lorraine's my girl. You know what I mean? I don't thrive for the. If you can't love yourself, hell, ain't nobody else gonna love you. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So I'm still working through those little demons, and then with the gay community, and I just feel like everybody is they're just so quick to make that one wrong move that can end my life. And I think a lot of it is my niece that's behind here. Come say hi, girl. Look how pretty my niece is. Look how pretty she is.
She is gorgeous. God bless her.
See how pretty she is. So now why would I make one decision to not be around for that pretty face, and then my son's 18, you know what I'm saying? So I take all those variables when it comes to having sex. And I want you guys to really think about that when you're having sex. Think about the people that actually care about you. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't care about themselves. So they're like, oh, well, I'm going to go have unprotected sex. You know what I'm saying? But think about those brothers, nieces, kids, if you have them, your parents that actually care about you. Because it's not something that you're going to die immediate because there's so much medicine. But it does put an expiration on your life, period. You know what I'm saying? Is that fair to say? Because it does kind of...
I wouldn't like to say expiration in this sense, because I like to let people know that HIV isn't kind of a death sentence. It's just a healthy way of living. I mean, back in the days when my grandfather...
It was, yeah.
Yes, because there wasn't no acknowledgement and people didn't have the knowledge of HIV, and
right.
It just recently was up and coming. But I think now with the medication and thing, people can live a long and healthy life. So I kind of like to tell people that it's just a healthy way of living.
So how you live. So if you're out there abusing
using drugs and things like that, it's gonna affect your immune system. So then you're gonna be more susceptible to getting sick, and obviously when you get sick, it's easier for you to pass or whatnot because your immune system is suppressed.
And it's not there fighting it.
Exactly.
So what is the average person that's diagnosed with HIV now living? Because I know my uncle was for 3 years he was gone. It was...
Yeah, I guess HIV is such an intriguing virus to me because you have people that are considered receivers and carriers. Right. For instance, my grandfather... stepped out of his marriage and he slept with some lady for the first time sexually. She contrasted HIV through the IV.
Right.
And the first time she slept with my grandfather, she kind of made him a receiver. So my grandfather passed away within a matter of 8 months.
Wow.
Some people can live even up to 20, 30 years with HIV. It all depends on the person and how they take care of themselves.
So when you say receiver, what do you mean? Some people are more prone to give it, or they're the carriers kind of?
Yes, some people are considered a carrier and they can live a longer life. You know, I believe that what happened there, since he was her first sexual contact, I'm not sure if maybe the genes in the virus could have been strong or whatnot, but my grandfather died within a couple of months.
Wow. Undetected. I heard that there's something that's now people are HIV undetectable. What does that mean?
Well, undetectable just means that when they take, I believe when they draw your blood, there's a certain amount of HIV antibodies that they look for within their blood. When someone's undetectable, it's just basically saying that you can't trace the virus within their bloodstreams. That's what.
But they do have it though.
Yes, but it's controlled. It's controlled to the point where if per se it could be a possibility if they have unprotected sex, they can't pass on the virus because it's not strong enough.
It's not strong enough.
Yes.
Because that's what I heard. I was having a conversation with a few friends about that, and they were saying that if it's undetected, that they're most likely not able to pass it on, but they'll still have it, and with the medication and all that other stuff, they can live a long, healthy life, and so on and so on. But that's still a risk if you're not protecting yourself.
Absolutely, but I mean now they even have a PrEP pill. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the PrEP pill.
No, I heard about it though. But what
a PrEP pill is a pill basically, and it's for people that are sexually active and they're having per se, they have an HIV partner and they're negative, a positive and a negative. They can take this PrEP pill and this pill prevents them from getting HIV. So it's kind of like...
Nice. So it's like a birth control.
Yeah. It's like a birth control with condom-like birth control.
Right.
Yeah.
Like a plan B.
Okay, so...
Playing games.
So, I like that. So basically, I can... So if my partner is positive, I'm negative, and we want to have unprotected sex for that night, I can take this medication, and this medication is going to stop the virus from entering in my system?
Absolutely, yes.
That is amazing. Is that going to be on the shelf? Can I get that as a birth control? I'm putting our big
I don't think it's over the counter.
I'm going to get a prescription. I'm like, I need that birth control.
It's good, and I like the fact for the PrEP pill because it kind of breaks the stigma. So now a positive person can be with a negative person.
Right.
You know,
but how effective is that, though?
I believe it's very effective. I'm not
is it
sure.
100%?
Well, I don't think anything is ever 100%.
Right.
You know?
I think the government put HIV here for us to die. I mean, that's just
I also agree.
Yeah, that just came out of nowhere. Like, but anyways,
Yeah, I also believe the same thing. You know, I feel like
they were like population, honey. There's 300, 800 billion people here. We need to start killing them. Let's start with the gays, honey. Because back then, to be gay, you couldn't. Because I remember growing up. I grew up in the inner city. I knew one gay man who was Bucci. He was a hairdresser. Other than that, I didn't know. He was a hairdresser. He was my mom's friend. So it was like I do believe that, and I think that a lot of these other things that they put on, like, you know, but that's a whole nother show. So the PrEP pill, honey. I want one.
Yes, I believe Caring Health Center. They have a doctor there, and that's on Main Street.
That's where. No, I don't go to Caring. I go to Liberty. But those are the ones who can. So you got to get it prescribed from a doctor.
Yes, and it's really good. I recommend it to a lot of my clients that are dating people that are negative.
Right.
I always tell them, hey, you know, why don't you go on the PrEP pill? Because there's times where they don't want to use condoms, you know. So it's always a chance that they can get the virus.
So, on this PrEP pill, is it just for that one time, so you got to take it over?
No, I believe that the pill itself is it's Truvada, and Truvada is an actual HIV medication, and it's something that you have to take. Obviously, I'm not sure if it's I'm not sure like twice a day or how many times, but you have to take it all the time
in order to prevent it.
Exactly.
So that's interesting to me. So the medication that helps you when you have HIV, you take so you don't receive HIV.
Exactly.
That's ingenious.
I'm sure they have a cure for HIV.
I think Michael Jordan, hello. He's been HIV for how long? Like 30 plus years now?
Yeah, not Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson.
More than that, honey. Like,
I thought that was my brother from downstairs talking. I'm sorry. I was like, she got a liquor little voice. She's like, more than that.
More than that.
She's a trip.
Now he got seemed like he was cured.
He's cured?
Yeah, they said he was cured because he's got some medicine. Because that proves my point that there's pharmacies that have with the fucking Starburst.
Beep. Go ahead, you're on.
Okay, so as a kid, as you were growing up, what is one thing that you've always wanted to do, even if you didn't achieve it?
Wow. There's been many things that I've wanted to do, and I think that that's kind of why I'm proud of myself that I did this pageant, because I'm afraid of audiences. I'm afraid of the stage. I'm afraid of speaking on a microphone. So when I did the pageant, I kind of overcame a lot of my fears. So definitely, I would say just being in front and center, in front of the spotlight. I don't know how your aunt does it, you know. She's always performing and
I don't know
her show, and she does it like a natural, you know. I can't do that. It's not for me. It's a lot.
Go ahead, close up.
I have that biggest fear too because I can sing, but I won't sing in front of people. And I actually just pulled a solo in my school to sing the Star Spangled Banner at one of the homecoming football games.
Nice.
I don't
How
know.
was it?
I haven't done it yet. It's like the week that I get back, so I'm still kind of prepping for it.
Okay.
So go ahead, sing for us.
No, stop.
Listen.
You should
Stop.
definitely sing.
Yeah, you should sing for him. Royalty's asking you to sing.
Alright, pick a song.
What's your favorite artist?
My favorite artist has to be between Jessie J, Jennifer Hudson, or Christina Aguilera.
To Jessie J. What's the name of that song that she did a cappella?
Which one?
Who You Are.
Yes.
Who You Are?
You probably don't know that. The one I always do perform.
Hold on, I got one.
Do Hurt by Christina Aguilera.
Hurt?
Yes.
Seems like it was yesterday when I saw your face. You told me how proud you were, but I walked away. If only I knew what I knew today. Oh, I would hold you in my arms. I would take the pain away. Thank you for all you've done. Forgive all your mistakes. There's nothing I wouldn't do to have just one more chance to look into your eyes and see you looking back. Oh, I'm sorry for blaming you for everything I just couldn't do, and I hurt myself by hurting you.
All right, now see.
You know who you reminded me of? You reminded me of Evanescence.
I love her.
And I love her.
I love
It's,
her.
oh, she's amazing. You have a beautiful voice.
Thank
Do
you.
not be afraid. I think that that fear is what gets us from wanting to achieve everything we want to achieve in life.
Right.
I think once we jump over and take a leap, it's just a beautiful feeling. Such a
It
beautiful
is.
feeling, you know. No one's ever gonna know what's on the other side unless you try, you know. So I wish you the best. I definitely do.
One more question. Okay. When you were up on the stage doing the pageant, what was one of the biggest fears that you've had when you were on the stage?
I think it was just facing the fact that, accepting the fact that my grandfather was gone, accepting the fact that my grandfather had passed away from HIV,
Right.
just facing the casket and putting myself when I was 10 years old again, and just saying that I'm doing everything that I can to help him and it's okay and he's proud of me. And I think that I haven't faced that in my entire life, and I was terrified to face it, but once I did face it, I definitely feel so much better, you know, and I'm very proudful, if that's even a word. But that was one of my biggest fears in my life, was just having to face that.
So you're saying that facing everything that you fear will definitely overcoming those obstacles, has it helped you progress way more in your life right now?
Absolutely. I feel like I'm unstoppable. You know, I feel like the sky's the limit and I can do anything I put my mind on, you know. And
Right.
me winning this crown, I'm humbled and I'm thankful, but damn, if I kicked ass by winning, I can do anything, you know. So
Right.
anything is possible.
Of course.
Definitely.
Am I supposed to wrap it up now?
Like if you want, go ahead, girl. You're doing a good
Okay,
job.
well, this is the Rainbow Show. I am the beautiful niece. You can find me on Facebook.
No, you can't if you're a boy.
You're gonna get what?
If you need a
punched.
model, I am here. I do modeling. And if you need
And she
a
sings.
model,
She sings beautifully.
Mr. I'm sorry.
GAYWESTERNMASS.
Yes, if you need Mr. Gay Western Mass for a model as well, you can reach him, I'm pretty sure. You know, you gotta go through his agent and book him. Anyways, this is the Rainbow Show, and I'm closing out.
Yes, I'm gonna come say bye.
Bye!
She's going back to Atlanta. I had her 1 week with her.
All right, double kisses. Come on, everybody, group hug. Mwah. So don't forget to watch us. Move. We're gonna close this out right.
Okay, because I didn't do it right.
Right. No, you did it right. You did a really good job. Give it up for my niece Anisha. That was amazing. No, but check Jay International out. He'll be around to local venues. He's going to be doing his thing. Check out all his press online. And tune in every Monday on... I'm actually taking this season, I'm still doing YouTube, but I want like Facebook to be really blessed with the show this year, so I'm doing a lot of it on Facebook. www.facebook.com, The Rainbow Show. I am a little over 9,000 likes already, which is exciting. But, so check him out. Thank you for the interview. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me here.
Absolutely. Anytime. We'll have to have you back in a year when you're giving up your crown.
Yes.
We'll have to have you back to see what you've done that whole year.
Absolutely.
Okay? All right, guys.
Sooner than that.
Huh?
Hopefully sooner than that.
Hopefully sooner than that. Hey, girl. Hey, auntie. What you doing, girl? I'm actually taping. I got Mr. Gay Western Massachusetts in the house. Say hi.
Hi, how you doing, Savannah?
Hi, who's that?
It's Jay. How you doing? She's like, who?
It's Jay International, Mr. Gay Western Massachusetts 2015, honey.
Do you want me to stop this?
Oh, I don't know her.
Leave it on.
Hi, how you doing, sweetheart?
I don't know. You know her, honey.
You what?
Yeah, are you coming down to play with the boys tonight?
I don't know. I was thinking about going to... I went down, but I had to go home and shower and everything.
I should be there in about an hour. Meet me down there. We'll have a drink.
Alright.
All right, love.
Alright, dear.
Say hi to the world.
Hi to the world.
Bye, girl.
It's Savannah.
It's Savannah Rivers.
Legendary Savannah. I remember her from David's.
Yes. Oh my God, and Jerry Springer. Anyways, good nights. Till next time. Love yourself. I feel like Jerry Springer. Final thought. We don't do final thoughts here, but thank you for your support. We love you. Good night.
Hi, this is the Rainbow Junior Show, and coming to you, I have Miss Rainbow right next to me.
Yes, and this is my niece, Adesha.
I guess royalty runs in the family.
She's a princess. She's actually a straight A student. I'm super proud of her. She's 17. She's graduating. She's going to college. She's actually graduating early in December.
Yep.
So, what motivates you? Me? Yes, very cool. Wow. Karate chop.
You're half of the motivation. I have to thank my other parents too.
That's true.
I have like 5 parents, but it's okay.
Right.
And I'm telling you, I would be kicked by all of them the minute I screw up.
Right, so she can't have a boyfriend. She needs 5 degrees, 1 from Yale, 1 from Stanford, 1 from Harvard.
I like how you say I'm going to be in school the rest of my life.
You are.
No, no.
That's how you get away in life. That's how you get a car.
Yeah,
That's how you get that big old house.
I taught her everything she needed to know.
No, she needs to fund my show. No, actually, I'm super proud of you. Because yesterday we were painting together and she contoured down. She gave me a Kim Kardashian face. She's going to be a makeup lady. That's what you're going to be. Right?
I hope so.
So what do you want to do when you grow up?
I'm going to be a preschool teacher. I'm going to own my own daycare with an infertility connected to it. I love kids more than anything in the world. Kids are my life. I don't want any, so I'm going to do whatever I have to do to not have any. But I'm going to take everybody else's kids so I can give them away at the end of the night when I'm tired of them.
And make money for it. Sure.
Right.
That's a great thing to do. All right, now say bye because we got to go.
Bye.